And we are starting. Here we go. Welcome, welcome, welcome. All right. Welcome and a very, very good morning, everybody. It is our accountability check-in. And I welcome everybody who was able to join us live today. And then I'm also welcoming everybody who's going to listen to this later on throughout the week at your convenience. And I'm so happy to see the lovely, lovely attendance this morning. You guys, welcome, welcome. This is awesome. And I know we're going to have a wonderful interactive round today. Oh my goodness, it's been a morning. As I was meditating and I was reminiscing about some things that have happened. And then I got into this little downward spiral in my thought process. And then all of a sudden, that booming voice said, and I wrote it down, I don't belong. I heard myself say that in a group setting. And that hit me so hard. That was a very deep, reverberating emotion in my body of just like, wow, I just fell in. So I'm like, oh, wow, I know what I'm going to be working on today. So I am ready to let that go because that doesn't serve me anymore. And I know exactly where that comes from. I'm going back in time into my own timeline. I can look at certain experiences that happened. I can look at it genetically in looking at my ancestry, where other people also felt like they didn't belong or it wasn't safe where they were at, things like that. So it was a gift, I believe, that I was presented with this opportunity to have this, like literally 10 minutes ago. And to know that by removing this as a stumbling block, a roadblock in my energetic alignment with the universe, and keeps me a low vibration instead of a high vibration, I know it's going to make a huge difference and it's going to help me tremendously on my path to my outcomes. And I have story after story of these last couple of weeks. A, because of the traveling, B, because of the accountability. And I have received several messages on the level of because of what I applied from the session, I have achieved this and that. And I'm just so proud of you guys for being on that journey and for sharing that journey. And welcome, 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 everybody. I'm so grateful to every single one of you. And I drink to that from my goblet. I got myself a special, pretty glass for my water. Make sure that you stay hydrated because we're going to work on our RAS. We're going to work on our belief system. You know how it is. We need to let go of those things that muddle up the pathway between the vortex, the connection with everything. That's where everything is born. That's where everything gets manifested from the energetic wave function into the physical, tangible manifestation. And we are the channel. And that's what I'm getting more and more clear on, that it's all about acknowledging the fact that we are these beautiful vessels that the universe is choosing to channel that energy through into physical, tangible reality. And our job, our commitment to this journey is to be as clear and clean as possible. I've been talking about that for a while now, and I really think that's the most efficient way to do it. I'm one of those people who's always looking for the easiest way. When I drive, I want the car to be so aligned that it's just as nice, easy cruise around 2000 RPM or less, then I'm like totally like, ooh, I'm so in the flow. And we're just weaving through traffic. We're just, flying down the highway and just having this wow, wonderful free feeling. And so that's what I'm wishing for all of us, that we're able to manifest these thoughts, emotions, and actions in our daily practices so that we can just keep shedding, and we can get into this beautiful cruise control of where we just enjoy the ride. We get to see all the sights on the side of the road. I'm going to be driving home today. So I'm already picturing myself, and I love that drive between Salt Lake and Kanab. It's about 5 hours, and it's just pure bliss for me. And I've done it hundreds of times in the 13 years I've lived in southern Utah. And so it's just this journey of freedom and enjoyment of where you're at right in that moment. There's this side, there's that side, this is happening, and it's just wonderful. And to be that within ourselves at any given moment, to tap into that flow. And I've been talking about Wu Wei, the art of not doing, which does not mean to sit on your butt and not do anything and just meditate into being. Yes, that is the 99%. And there has to be this physical involvement as well. And that is what we in this universe call taking action. So it is that alignment between the head, the heart, and let's say the gut, and bringing it all together into this powerful intent while we're constantly working on ourselves. And so today, my commitment is to deal with that lovely little belief that I undug this morning in my meditation, that I don't belong. And I can see different levels in family and society, even on the planet. So, yeah, wow, where did that come from? And I know that sometimes we look at beliefs and say, haven't I dealt with that? Or wasn't that something I already kind of visited years ago? And yes, some of those things are, have been visited by myself multiple times over time. And then I peel away another layer. And then I'm getting into a different level of my life and I'm opening new chapters and then I'm going to visit it again. So there's some interesting stuff happening in my life right now that I'm currently digesting, interesting body language, and therefore letting go of that old belief I don't belong, which is coming from deep down. I totally felt it in my gut when I said those words to myself. So I hope you're inspired and that you're digging down deep to what that or one of the roadblocks is that would like to offer itself today to go into a new level of communicating with you. And we're going to do this alongside each other. And I have invited Robin to be our demo for today. And I'm asking everybody to just take what we're talking about and then map it over into your own field and see how it applies. Because I believe in the perfection that everything that happens in the circle this morning and everybody else who's holding space with us, and we're going to enjoy it as many times as we want to as a recording. So please do the process with yourself, go deep, allow yourself to really be there, be present in it, take notes, turn off everything else, and then come back and visit it again and look at your notes while you're doing it. And then you get more insights. So it is that immersion, the immersion in what we want and being proactive in our cleaning the path. So, Robin, can you give us super quick version in a nutshell what you have been able to do over the last 2 weeks and then what you would like to work on this morning? Moment. Did I help you? Are you talking?
Now I am.
Now I hear you.
Okay.
Just making sure I got good volume. Sorry about the finger, the big finger. Ah, lovely to see you
So,
guys. So, Robin, you are today our first speaker. So, what have you learned? What have you committed yourself to? And what are we doing today?
well, what I've learned, I missed the first two meetings, so I've been trying to catch up on that by looking at the videos. Um, but even if I hadn't seen the videos, I've been working on accountability to myself on my goals, which are, and I've got so many notebooks I've written down, uh, and they all have this theme, and the theme is I live alone, and I just cannot stand it when I get into poor, pitiful me, because that means I'm comparing myself to people and family. So one of my goals is stop doing that, just stop and realize, and I do gratefulness for what I have, my friends, um, little things that happen during the day that just put me in awe. Um, that's what keeps me on my path, is seeing the synchronicities. And as far as resilience, I've been thinking about resilience. Well, I've always been resilient because I can do just about anything. And but I also have been having setbacks, and when I realize I'm aware of these setbacks in my head, um, I'm going, don't even go there. I'm so tired of that. Tired of that thought. It's not even fun anymore. And now you're muted. I can't hear you.
Please repeat that sentence or say it succinct. What's not fun anymore? What's that thing that you want to let go of?
Those limiting beliefs on how I compare myself to others, that kind of thing. It's boring now. It's just boring.
Yeah.
Um, and it doesn't serve me at all.
No, because in that moment, thinking I'm exactly where I'm supposed to be for my soul's journey to have its complete fulfillment in this life. Look at it from that vantage point for a second. Just, wow, what a cool thought.
Right.
It's all happening for me. It's all so completely and utterly perfect. Really step into that for a moment, Robin. That you have crafted this masterfully, this reality, that you're exactly where you're supposed to be. So when you can look at your life and when you have those pity moments, and the thing that stood out in the beginning was I'm alone. That was
Right.
one. And then you're comparing yourself unfavorably to others. And that's where this little mantra comes in. Stop comparing yourself to other people. The only person you compare yourself to is yourself yesterday.
I like that. I like that.
Breathe that in. And this whole alone thing, and hey, it's the day before Thanksgiving, which touches a lot of anchors for people. It's a total trigger holiday. And I'm having a little bit of it goes in the same direction with not belonging. I'm like, I don't even belong to a partner anymore. That's some serious letting go.
Yeah.
So I hear you. And so there the reframe is when you really, really, really have this super strong relationship with your soul self and your higher self and your angelic self and any guide you want to throw into the mix. When you can step beyond this physical imagination of how reality is this touchable thing and really open up your broadness to everything that is available in the universe that we cannot conceive with our physical eyes, physical ears, physical body. And when I do that, it's just so easy to immediately be in super mega gratitude and knowing that I have a world family that loves me and adores me and where I'm always welcome. So feel that, that it's so way beyond the physical family that, of course, we compare ourselves unfavorably to. Oh, look at the achievements of the whoever put on the list. Imagine that roadblock being gone and everybody else. Can you please chime in for a second and share with us what you have gotten out of it so far and what you are ready to release today and take to a next level of evolution for yourself? Who wants to jump in first? Please unmute yourself and just share with us. Hey, Leslie.
Hello. Um, yeah, I think the starting to do the goals and holding myself accountable, I think that's the thing that I'm not willing to give myself a pass anymore on not doing things. I want to move forward. And that requires not only reflection and having moments of not doing anything, but also doing things and moving out of my comfort zone. So that's what I want to let go of.
Okay, and that is actually continuing from last week when you were sharing your goals with us. And there was definitely that thing about doing and being. And so today the question is then, how has it served you that it is the way it is? And why you have anchored that pattern into this physical reality and how that serves you. And by having that level of compassion for yourself and understanding on a deeper level why you would do that, just like I have to ask myself, hey, what's my positive intent that I'm carrying this belief deep down in my RAS that I don't belong? It has to serve me somehow. Otherwise, I wouldn't have it. So please look at that as we are going through the process today. And I'm super curious to hear what's happening. And everybody, big shout out to Leslie, who's heading to Egypt here in a couple of days. So I'm super stoked for you. And you've been on my mind with this fantastic goal of yours and what that means for your life as well. So
Thank you. We're
see
excited.
how this all applies in as we do the process, and then I'd like to check in one more time to see how this has affected you today. And then I'm so happy to see Donna.
Hello, I'm excited to be here.
What are you working on, Donna? And what is a belief that you identify that you would love to take to a different level of transformation today?
I think for me right now, my big issue, and I'm glad that you sent the message this morning because I really needed it today, is not being enough. Like I've hit sort of a stall in what I'm working on, and I've been super excited and super enthusiastic, and I've been riding on adrenaline for months, and all of a sudden I can feel where all my energy is starting to drop really hardcore. And so I wanted to be here today. And before I came here today, I listened to the last week's. So I listened to you and Leslie going through last week, and it all connected, and I could totally feel that I needed to hear that. And I felt like I would need to hear today as well, because I want to get back to that positive, I can do it, I'm awesome, I'm great, because right this second, that is not what I'm feeling.
Okay. Thank you for your honesty and for diving right into it. And everybody can benefit from that intent, that letting go of the I'm not enough. We can always get more of that. Letting go, letting go, letting go, and then bringing in the the high vibrational self-esteem, self-confidence, self-love, self-appreciation, self-affirmation. And essentially, it's a little bit in the same direction what I said with Robin, where conjure all the spirits and everything that's beyond this physical reality to truly, truly help you with that. Because you are playing on a totally different level than most other people, and you deserve support that is aligned with where you're at. And oh God, that sounds so arrogant. As we are growing and we are so committed to this way of being in this world, um, I'm currently facing, and that's part of my I don't belong. It's tougher to have, no, it's not. Sorry for that old belief. Well, it's different having really, really deep connections with people, and you're like, oh my God, we're totally like-minded and it's totally happening. And I'm just blabbering crap here right now and obviously tapping into some deep old beliefs. So I'm talking about having more than just the physical support that you're getting in this world and the people patting your back and telling that you're good enough and that you're doing enough and that you're super productive and that you're perfectly where you're supposed to be and all that. So obviously, I'm actually talking about the resilience book. You get yourself the support from within, you allow yourself support from without, and you also get the spiritual support, everything that's beyond this physical realm that shows up differently for all of us. So that's the super short answer, where you can turn those moments around pretty quickly by simply tapping into those three levels of allowing yourself to feel supported. And then, of course, always the question, how does it serve me? Is it motivating me? Is this an old way that I'm honoring some relative of mine because they always did that? Or, what's going on in my life that I'm being forced to look at, I'm being invited to look at, and it's time to let it go. And you might be carrying some ancestral stuff, stuff your parents took to their grave, and that you now have the opportunity to clean up for the whole family. Because you guys, a lot of the stuff, the crap in our channel is not the stuff that we experienced in our own lives. This is the crap that was deposited by our parents, our grandparents, our biological lifeline, as well as everybody else who was in our system and is part of our root system and our soil, if you want to imagine it like that. So some of those things, the I'm alone, I'm not good enough, I'm comparing myself unfavorably, I don't belong. It all goes in the same vein. Look at the cluster that we're forming here right now. I'm not doing enough, and I'm actually going to ask you to bump that up a little bit and see what's the deeper level of I'm not doing enough, I'm not contributing, I'm selfish, whatever, I'm just lazy, whatever. So go deeper with that thought about what is that true core oomph belief that makes your stomach tighten up and you get a little, clinch here, and it hits you hard where you're like, oh my God, I'm dragging that around. So, with all that being said, Donna, you know what to work on today, and take the process, and then we're going to check in with each other again and see what you're getting out of that. And thank you for this wonderful shout out about watching the video last week, because that means the world to me, and you just so early made my day today with sharing that. I'm like, see, that's what it's all about. Just serving, just showing up, holding myself accountable by allowing ourselves to have this circle where we all hold each other accountable, and I'm getting so much out of it, and I'm so grateful to every single one of you. So I love that you're here this morning, Donna. Thank you so much.
Thank
And
you.
Heather, with everything that you just heard, give us the bam.
Guys, I am 12 days without THC. 12 days. And that's like, I've been constantly under a fog for, I can't tell you how many days, years. I mean, it's been a long time that I've been smoking. And everything in me has been saying, my spirit has been saying, what are you doing? Clogging your receptors. Like you're totally creating a chasm that we can't cross as easily, and you got to get that out of there if you want to get better. And I can feel it, and it's been, and I come up with all these things why I shouldn't, and now finally I'm like, no, I'm doing it, and I did it, and I will keep doing it. And it's all in line with where I am going next. Like I've been thinking, so my thing is the accountability that I want to think about is changing my belief about what my expectation is at this season, Christmas time. Oh, well, you need to outdo yourself. You did so much last year. How are you going to outdo it this year? How are you going to do better than you did? And the stress of, oh, the money, oh my gosh, blah, blah, blah. And my washer's broke. My oven went out last night. It's like all these things, but the point of this whole time is not about the gift. It's not about spending money. It's about giving, being of service, and being with those that you care about, or people, getting out of yourself to serve other people, and humility. And that's what I want this to mean for me. And I've been thinking about how can I bring this new energy to my family so that we're not looking at presents, we're looking at opportunities. Maybe we go and we serve as a family, we serve another family, or we serve at the food bank, or we serve wherever, but that we're having opportunities instead of gifts, and to shift the momentum of having the whole tree full of all these presents underneath, and how that looks, to what do we feel in this time? How do we feel? And that's what I want to create, is a shift in from the monetary to the spirit, and giving that. I can't make my kids do that with me, but I can show them how I want it to be, and I can be the example, and then they can take it or not. But
I know so many families by now that have completely shifted their gift-giving patterns. So let's boil away all the content and go to the core of it. And it all started out with, I got to do better than last year. And it was pretty frantic there for a minute.
Yeah.
And so, you know what? There's two ways of looking at it, or more. right now, the two that really come to mind are, there is the low vibrational, I got to do better than last year. And it's exactly that negative self-comparison. It's competitive and it's really stressful, and a whole bunch of other, words you want to put on that list. And it's a low vibrational expression of course, you want to do better than last year, because of course, when we are comparing ourselves to yesterday or last year, we want to see some kind of a progression. And you know what kind of progression it is? It is your spiritual growth. It is the growth in consciousness. And you saying a few weeks ago that it's amazing how in the last 2 years since you decided to make joy your intent, that you have seen so many miracles in your life, and how you do live a generally so much more joyful life. So blessed be. And in that sense, the high vibrational expression of doing better is to celebrate your growth and to celebrate the abundance that is in your life, and everything else that you can conjure up being grateful for. And let that be the foundation that everything then can spring forth what you just described, how you want the holidays, the end of the year celebrations that we have chosen in our cultures to honor that, and that natural move into the next year and what you want to bring into the new year. So let that all settle in for a second. So the deep, deep, dark down, digging in the cave of what drives all of that, something wrapped into this whole anxiety about having to do better. So what's that all about? So dig a little bit deeper into that and let it come to your conscious awareness, or just work with it on this whole anxiety to have to do better, and use that as your jumping board for today. So how much time do we have left? Because yeah, we've been chatting and gathering information. I love it when we go quantum time. Da, 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 da. We've all shifted many, many, many beliefs, my dear friends. We've all done it. Our body knows how to shed old beliefs and replace them with new beliefs. So the accountability for this week is to really immerse yourself in a new belief. Anytime you catch yourself saying old statements, repeating old patterns, you're catching yourself taking actions that you don't feel aligned with. Those are those moments when you then can go, this is one of those moments. Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. Do you want to mute yourself?
Are you talking to me?
Yeah.
Oh.
Thank you. Something just fell or so.
My dog just jumped off the bed and everything went flying.
Nice. Nice. So cool. So everybody, take that all in right now and really allow yourself to clear away some of those bigger roadblocks. Assign your subconscious mind to keep doing that work. And that's a big part of what the holidays are about for me, is just this whole clearing out and celebrating the year, being grateful, affirming the steps that have been taken and how far we have come in comparison to yesterday and the day before that and the day before that, the months, the year, the decade, our whole life. Look at the whole journey. And today is a magical day, the day before Thanksgiving, where we get to do some letting go. So whenever you're watching this again, or for the first time, just immerse yourself in that gratitude, and that we have come together wherever we are in this world to be together and to do this work together, to witness each other. Something that's a natural process we're shedding as we're inviting the new. So everything that doesn't have align with deservingness, being good enough, belonging, being a part of, being aligned between our thinking, our feeling, our acting. There's this beautiful flow that every action that we take is meaningful. It has purpose. all the old low vibrational emotions with anxiety and loneliness, not deservingness, not enoughness, not feeling accomplished, not feeling affirmed, not feeling acknowledged, everything that just doesn't serve us anymore. So we're gathering all of that. Do it metaphorically. Perhaps it's this little dust ball. Perhaps it's just some gooped up energy. Just imagine how you are representing that in your mind when you're thinking about a clean flowing river, a beautiful brook, the flow of energy, chakras, whatever metaphorical representation that you can see in your mind's eye. Bring that in. And then take any of that debris, anything that's heavy energy, and we're just putting it into a nice ball. We're just putting it, energy ball, wrap it all in. Let's give it to our higher power. Moved out of your body. It served its purpose. It's brought you here. It has made you who you are. You have to be grateful for it, to be able to release it, to be able to transmute it, transform it. Love, energy, the highest vibrations that you can conjure up are going to be the transforming agent that transmutes the energy into learnings, lessons, alignment with our soul. Our soul is so rejoicing right now. Feel that. Give yourself a big old soul hug. Oh my goodness, they just enveloping you, holding you dearly. That's your part that's completely connected with Source. Imagine that. That's your part that affirms you constantly. That's the part that brings the synchronicities into your path. People have been mentioning that a lot lately, acknowledging the synchronicities. Thank you, soul. Never alone, never not belonging, never not good enough. No anxiety, no better. Meaningful actions. Beautiful. It's always by divine appointment. So wrap that language around your brain, you guys. It's so much fun. Oh my God. I used to sit there in classes and I'll see my teachers, and I'm talking about the 90s, sitting in those classes and they're talking and they're weaving metaphors together and they're, just the way that the words float out of their mouths. And I just sit there going, oh my God, this is so magical. I wished I could talk like that. And it's so fantastic and so much fun to notice. Sometimes when I'm listening to myself, I'm like, wow, I'm really thinking that. Or holy shit, that just came out of my mouth. And I'm, sharing that with other people. And I'm giving you guys the same compliment right back at you. Just you are catching yourself living in a reality at this point that we have crafted for ourselves that is truly driven by magic and by a vibration that is just magnificent. And when we tap into that, it is freaking awesome. We know how it is when we're in this total bliss of the flow. And that does not mean that the washing machine doesn't break or that other stuff goes down. And that we're dealing with our patterns. Wow. So all of that can now be transmuted with love, with gratitude, with understanding. And that understanding doesn't have to come right now or in the next 5 minutes, that you really understanding the depth and the meaning of what you just uncovered and the treasure that's been slumbering in that whatever debris. So give yourself that right now. And your soul already knows that. So that's the kind of stuff to journal about, to think about for this next week. Really immerse yourself in that. And give yourself as many opportunities as possible. Call it in right now. Shower me with beautiful, endless, infinite moments of clarity and awareness, noticing the synchronicities that are constantly surrounding us and coming into us. And go through your week like that, and especially with any kind of festivities that you're attending, So let that be part of the physical manifestation by having ease and joy, whatever role you're playing, and however much work you put on yourself. So this is definitely one of those moments to ask for support and to also create circumstances of not sitting around at home alone. Community. Create the community that you want. Make that your goal for the next few days. This is the kind of community that I'm absolutely thriving in. Wow, what a pleasure to be around everybody and how everything just came together so magically, so easily. Completely no stress. And the only betterment that's on my mind is how can I raise my vibration even more? How can I be even more so aligned that I have so much energy to give that it just naturally ripples out and everybody else gets to benefit from it? How cool is that? To have that as our intent instead of do I measure up with my gifts and the oh my god, the tree and the decoration and the blah, 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 and the food and oh my god, I saw the shopping yesterday. What a frenzy. So whew, any anxiety that you currently hold, and it might not have anything to do with partying it, putting together the festivities, it might also be the traveling that you're embracing right now, any kind of being with other people around you, just imagining yourself as a lighthouse of love, belongingness, togetherness, having that physical togetherness that you are allowing into your circle. You deserve it, that everybody shows up in their best behavior, and that there is a very natural flow in the communication. Everything that has been shared just now that has to do with communicating with others, it will be flowing so easily. Wu Wei. Love, love, love that concept. Oh, we just lost Robin for a second. You're back. Love the concept of Wu Wei. It is meaningful action. So when you do act, and that's also for you, Leslie, when it comes to this whole acting part, it's about super meaningful, effective, because when we do it with that underlying resentment, it's a completely different experience than we're doing it with gratitude and with hopeful expectation and this satisfaction that we're getting from doing a job well, doing a task well, and seeing the finished product. And that's something we talked about in the Sassy Summer, is the idea of visualizing the end product and enjoying the pathway to it. That's the magic. So however those old beliefs have served us, we acknowledge it. We're going to keep working on it. It's going to become more and more conscious. We're going to attract the perfect circumstances. People are going to say the perfect stuff. And just our job is just to be in that level of, wow, how grateful am I that I get to experience that. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you, messenger. Thank you, messenger. Thank you, message. Thank you, message. Oh, yeah. Let it in, let it in, let it in. And let's make that our focus for this week, to really, really tap into that, live it, immerse ourselves in it, marinate in it, whatever language you want to use that really gives to this, I'm in it. Oh, that's when a beautiful, perfect hot tub just came up to me with the perfect jets, perfect temperature. I can totally marinate in that. And that is my commitment to myself. So for me personally, it's about this belongingness and having that incredible spiritual support, knowing my soul is right there with me, my guides are right there with me, my ancestors are right there with me. I have these beautiful roots that I can totally immerse myself in. And then I have the freedom, my branches, my fruits. Yeah. So would you please translate that into your own experience and what that means for you? And would you also please make a statement like what I just shared, my declaration for this week, and form that into a beautiful short phrase, perhaps a metaphor. And then please, when you're ready, Might take a couple of notes. When you're ready, please share that with us. Make it very powerful declaration. Oh, our friend knows that again. Here we go. Make a powerful declaration, knowing that we're your witness, wherever we connect in time and space, right now. Feel the circle, that we're all witnessing each other in our manifestation from the energetic into the physical, cleaning our channel by making this declaration that now condenses the energy into particles more and more and more. So by saying it out loud, by sharing it, and even in our recording, we're going to say it out loud and we're going to write it down and make it available to ourselves so that we remember it throughout the week. So, who's our first sharer?
Yeah, I'll go. I think mine is that all of my activities are a part of my growth and practice.
Feel into that. Beautiful. So it is. Take that with you to Egypt and just play with it. Bring it back home with you. Play with it. Integrate it deeper and deeper. And then the time spans of you catching yourself taking meaningful action, and it helps you to grow and thrive, is going to become longer and longer stretches. And it's going to become more and more normal. So, wish you a beautiful journey, and take us with you in your heart and post some pictures here and there. You inspire me for my next trip. Haha. Okay, Robin.
Yeah, I lost you for a while because my
Yeah.
phone died, and my phone died several times. So
Oh, interesting. And you still
and
got the opportunity to write something down?
I did. I
Okay.
did. And one of the things that I've written down is like Leslie, I have a problem. I don't have a problem anymore, but my house is just a disaster, but it's not anymore. So how I'm dealing with that, because it makes me feel so bad, is I wrote, my energy is renewed when organizing and cleaning my home.
Absolutely. It's such a beautiful meditation ritual.
Yeah, and
So
and
beautiful. Yeah.
I find myself doing things I don't like, but enjoying them now.
Yeah. Right.
It
So
just
bring
happens.
it back to the core. Bring it back to the core.
I,
Alone. Pitiful. You use some
right.
strong words.
Yeah.
So, what are you declaring for this week?
Well, for this week, I've also written, I am going to, I don't feel so alone like you. I'm trying to be consistent in checking in with people I care about.
So,
Uh,
not trying, you are.
I am.
Be
That's right.
specific in your language.
I
Yes, yes.
am. And
I am. So breathe that in. That's a different level than I'm.
okay.
Yeah. I'm trying to. So you are.
Yeah,
And you're also checking in with your spiritual council
I am.
and all the people that surround you there. So feel that as well. And just imagine cruising through this week and every beautiful coincidence, like you said earlier, all those beautiful synchronicities. You're so open, you're so plugged in, you're so tuned in. You're so clear and clean as a vessel that the energy can just flow through you so beautifully, so easily. Just feel that. And let's see what comes up for you and how you're going to keep letting go of that old belief that you're alone, okay? And that you're not good enough in comparison to others. And that the only comparison is with yourself, who you were yesterday. and last year. Okay? So play with that, have fun with that. Make it as much fun as possible, you guys. This is not drudgery. This is what I love about NLP, is that we can do it very gently. We can do it with joy because we're doing it with gratitude. We're doing it with this, wow, holy shit, am I grateful that I had this awareness today. Wow, I'm so grateful that I get to deal with this during a, specific energy of Thanksgiving around us. Isn't that cool? Yay. So, Donna and Heather, what did you guys get out of it?
I'll go. So I wrote, it's kind of all over. I trust myself. I trust that the end of your rituals are now about giving, love, and acceptance, letting go of old patterns. My inner beloved guides me, and I am listening carefully.
So, how does all of this apply to this anxiety that you had to around having to do it better?
Because my mindset has been, well, I don't want it to be like my kids had it or that I had it when I was a kid. It's going to be better. Well, being better doesn't have to be about more presence. It could be about the increase of love and
Yes.
giving
So,
and that.
okay. So, you have some more ancestral work to do.
Yes.
Okay. So, that's something that I would definitely put on my to-do list for this week, to meditate with that, to journal a little bit about that, to think about it, and to be open to messages from the universe about it. And thank you, because that's something that everybody deals with to some extent or another, that we have these ideas about the improvement we want to see from generation to generation, and then we beat ourselves up for not having fulfilled our highest idealistic expectations of ourselves. Blessed be. So be gentle on yourself, gentle and kind, gentle and kind. Walk your talk. Let your actions speak louder than your words. Start with little cards that you send out. Start with little phone calls you make, and just sharing a little bit about, and craft it. Make it fun. This is my goal, and let's see how much fun I can have achieving it, and how easy I'm going to make it on myself, and all the wonderful ways that I'm going to sell this to my family. I'm using salesy language here.
I love it.
So, yeah, that's your job. Not fretting about it, and, so, because that's counterproductive to what we're actually here to celebrate. Isn't that funny? Yeah, it's funny when we catch ourselves doing that. Why are we doing this? And I'm totally freaking out. What's wrong with this picture? So, cool. You know what to work on this week? And powerful declaration. Give me one sentence. Let us be your witness.
I am allowing ease and change, and it's going to be fun and
Deeper. Doing
let's see.
better. Gotta
I
do
need to
better.
think about this.
Anxiety, do better. What are we transmuting that into?
The ancestral cords are cutting. I
Yeah.
don't know how to put that. I need to put this
Yeah.
I need to put it into a sentence. Maybe I'll send it.
Yeah.
I get too
Please
worked
do
up
that.
in these
Exactly.
words.
Send it. Send me a message with that. I want a powerful sentence about how everything I'm doing right now is perfect exactly for where I'm at in my life.
Yeah.
Instead of I have to do better, I have to do better, I have to do better. Feel that shift in energy. So that's a good starting point. Make that a working title, and then keep playing with it. I'm looking forward to hearing that statement. So, Donna, with everything that you heard, because we do need to wrap it up, what have you gotten, and what is your powerful declaration to the universe? And I want to hear a powerful statement from Donna. I'm so excited.
So I've been getting a lot of really amazing divinely guided signs in the last few months. As you know, we've talked about this a lot. And one of the things that got tossed up to me this last week was all of a sudden on my Facebook feed, there was a book written by Cynthia Erivo, who plays Elphaba in Wicked. and I really like her. And so I bought the book. It's an Audible book. And so I'm listening to her. And the book is called Simply More, because the whole idea is like she spent her whole life being so much and so much more, and people kind of trying to stifle that. And I had the same issue. Like I was a lot as a kid, I was a lot as an adult. And I had a lot of people in my life over the years who tried to help me temper all of that. And now it's like I'm old and small and weak. And so in reading the book, I'm enjoying the book. I believe it was tossed to me by my guide, my mom. And so my declaration was going to be, I embrace that I am simply more instead of not enough. However, that's not quite strong enough. So I embrace that I am so much more.
Nice.
Instead of not enough, I embrace that I am so much more.
I love it.
And just stay in that headspace and just know that even if things are difficult, which they have been on the, you know me, I'm struggling with my marketing stuff, and I'm still struggling with it. And I am so much more. And so I would just stay in that headspace, and it can help guide me through my week of producing and figuring all of this out and moving forward and all of that.
There's so many implications in that, so much more. And it's how it's being said, it's not so much more. It's said so much more. So there is this thing about, oh, I have enough money to pay my bills and get by and whatever. So there is this negative connotation of being enough, having enough, versus saying, I have plenty of financial abundance and money coming in on a regular basis and things like that. So you hear the difference in the energy. And so I like it to where you take it with so much more. So you can use this for everything, you guys. I have so much more love than I can ever imagine. I have so much more financial abundance that is in the ether waiting to pour down on me and flow through me. I have so much more confidence in myself. I have so much more, love for myself, and I can affirm myself, and I have so much more support from the other side, and so on and so on. I mean, this is so universally applicable, Donna. This is phenomenal. And we're all getting so much out of that right now. So everybody really breathes that in. We have so much more, and really say it with that emphasis of like so much more. Powerful, powerful, powerful. So, and again, it's the same a little bit what I said with Heather, where there's a low vibrational expression of it and a high vibrational expression of it, and the old fire hose and all those metaphors of being just such a wild manifester, and we're not realizing the power that we're wielding, and then sometimes interesting stuff happens that we didn't intend. And I have been dealing with the whole be careful what you wish for, because it's going to be there, trust me, and it's going to show up exactly in the way it's supposed to, which you might not have been consciously aware of. So there is a low vibrational expression of all of that, and then there is the high vibrational expression of that, which is, I am so much more on my energetic level, being the beautiful crone that I am, this chapter that I opened, of being this beautiful, calm presence that says those perfect, wise things. Right, Donna?
Yes.
I know that part in you. I love that part in you. I love your spritzig, ditzig, do. Let's get shit done part. I love that part. And I also love you're very introspective, the listener, the person who then, says something, or tells a story. I know that, Donna, well. So, you guys, that was a lovely time to spend this morning with you and having these experiences. So I'm promising to myself as well that I'm going to be really practicing this, my belongingness on all levels. I'm going to see where that takes me. I'm going to have some very fun time for 5 hours driving through nature and processing all of that. And I wish you all, however you are going to celebrate these next few weeks, that you have a very, very wonderful week, that every action that you are taking flows beautifully because it is perfectly aligned with your head, with your heart. Imagine all of that as a powerful intent going into the universe. And a big, big blessing, lots and lots and lots of hugs and love to all of you guys as you're listening to this, all of our friends who are joining us in the ether. You're right here with us right now. Feel that beautiful group connection. We're all holding space for and with each other. Aho.
Aho.
Aho. Everybody feel good?
So it is.
Oh
Yes,
yeah.
thank you.
Is so it is. Okay, happy travels, happy whatever you're going to be doing, and feel the magic.
Thank
Feel
you.
the
Bye.
magic.
Bye.
Bye.